Man fatally shot ex's new boyfriend. It's a love story, kids, after walking in on them in bed. These on and off relationships, these taking time off in a relationships, these we're separated, but we're still together in a relationship type of relationship. It doesn't work. Either you're in or you're out. It leaves too much open for interpretation. Maybe he got confused, walked in on an off day and seen his poor baby getting put through the mattress, because if communication is key to a functioning relationship, then miscommunication can be detrimental or even fatal in a broken one. A man who prosecutors said barged into the Illinois home of his ex-girlfriend and shot her new lover has been found guilty of murder. Stanford Stokes, 44, of St. Louis, Missouri, had claimed self-defense ahead of his trial for the murder of 32-year-old Jared Hayes, whom he shot on November 7th, 2023, according to courtroom reporting by local news outlet The Telegraph. Prosecutors said that Stokes had entered the home of his former girlfriend uninvited and found her in bed with Hayes getting put through the headboard like Gina, her new boyfriend. Stokes then retrieved her handgun from her purse and fired at Hayes, who attempted to run away. Stokes' defense claims that Hayes also had a gun and that Stokes was trying to defend himself. The jury, however, disagreed. How would himself or his legal representation go with a self-defense claim? How would they agree to go with a self-defense claim? Because he kicked the door and he barged in. He wasn't invited into the apartment. Even if the other guy did have a gun, what the hell were you doing there? You know what she was doing. She was in there getting her Kool-Aid mixed and shook up. The same thing you would be doing at that time of night if you were there. That's why she didn't answer the phone. According to prosecutors who described the relationship as on again, off again, Stokes called his former girlfriend several times throughout the day before he arrived at her home on the night of November 7th, 2023. When he got to the door, he kicked it open and found the woman and Hayes having sex. Prosecutors said that Stokes was, well, you broke in. It's unlawful entry. They could have shot you to death and they would have walked away scot-free because no one invited you. Prosecutors said that Stokes, aware that the woman kept a handgun in her bag, got her gun and shot Hayes multiple times as he tried to escape Stokes, but Stokes' fateful mistake was inadvertently making another call to his ex-girlfriend. You're still trying to patch things up. That captured the audio of the shooting, according to courtroom reporting by St. Louis-based Fox affiliate KTVI. Assistant State's Attorney Luke Yeager said 20 seconds after Stokes shoots, he's still sitting there arguing. He gets right up in her face and he's yelling at her. I'm not here to victim blame. There's no fun in victim blaming, but you do have to ask the tough questions. You have to ask, did you break up with him or did you two break up with each other? There's a world of difference there. And apparently he was still holding a flame for her when he walked in and seen her getting folded like an Auntie Anne's pretzel. Had his girl in a sharpshooter, broke his heart. Hayes was found outside the home by police responding to reports of a shooting in the area. He was taken to a hospital in St. Louis where he succumbed to gunshot wounds. Damn. Alton, Illinois sits on the state's border with Missouri, close to the St. Louis area. Stokes' defense lawyers conceded that their client fired a gun at Hayes, but they claimed that Hayes had a gun himself. Stokes, they said, did what he had to do to defend himself. Did they ever find a second weapon? Probably not. Police said that Stokes fled Alton for Texas after the shooting, throwing the murder weapon in the Missouri River along the way. Stokes was arrested in Texas and extradited to Illinois, Madison County, for his trial, in addition to first-degree murder. But wait, there's more. Stokes was also found guilty of home invasion because you weren't invited, and possession of a stolen firearm because you took that woman's gun. His sentencing date has not yet been determined. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. How many men do you think are out there right now saying to themselves, I knew he was crazy. Now that his dumb ass is out of the way, I can finally shoot my shot in peace?